Finding that perfect piece for the home is a tricky business. This is the skill of the stylist at the magazine. Before each shoot, the girls go propping to track down those dreamy designs.
Today we're propping for bedroom buys, which we're putting into 3 different themes. So we've got global buys, vintage pretty buys, and also modernist. This shop is very much for global buys because it's got some beautiful imported pieces from India. In particular, this bed, which is rather lovely, it's a 4-poster bed and it's very easy to drape, like a beautiful sheer fabric over. It would soften a modern interior with the really rich, natural warmth of the wood. I really love this bed throw. It's all hand stitched and dyed, and I love the fact that there are so many different bits to it. It's completely individual and unique, and I think it would really transform a modern interior. I love to find those things that no one else sees and really looking about different ways of using products. For example, you could find a beautiful tablecloth and use it as a bed throw. Here we're propping for vintage and pretty things, and I found this lamp, which is a really beautiful modern classic. It's got a very decorative base, but because it's in plain glass, it's very pure and really nice wide drum shade. This is kind of my style. I mix vintage with more modern pieces. I think this would fit in well with my scheme. This mirror has really caught my eye because it's a beautiful Art Deco piece. The frame is incredibly ornate. It would be really wonderful to have on any dressing table. I think the best thing about propping is finding a really beautiful buy that you get so excited about and finding that it's a very affordable price as well. The worst bit is probably the amount of walking. At the end of a day's propping, your feet do ache.
Sourcing stylish pieces is one of the many skills of international designer Tara Archer. With a client list ranging from B&Q to top-end B&B Italia, Tara has taken the interiors world by storm. Where better to check out her style than in her own award-winning home?
My style is something that I've heard a lot of people describe as bold. I think really what it's most known for is a great love of colour. If you look in my wardrobe, I don't have one black dress, and it's a bit like that for me with design. This room is definitely a real testimony to my style. It's a real mix of old and new, which I think is where you get the depth in design. So we've got super modern table, the run of chairs are one style, and I like the idea of topping and tailing with a very old chair. The dining room works very well with the kitchen, and I've chosen a burgundy feature wall at the back. It links the two, and the kitchen is perfectly modern. This was previously an old bank. When we bought it, it was just really uncared for, and it was a mixture of 2 kinds of work. It was almost like coming in and doing restoration work up here, and then from downstairs and all through the bedrooms, like new build. This room is one of the coziest, and what I is that when you have a place that's as open plan as the old bank is, it's important to have a little pocket that feels a little bit more cocoony. It's just that mixture again, the old leather mixed in with the vibrant orange here on the sofa. I've really enjoyed using a lot of art because to me it's like, if you're a writer, it's like your punctuation. I've just always had a love of putting things together, seeing things change. At about 7 years old, I was dragging cushions out my mother's living room and moving things around, and obviously it was a little bit of a cushion thief. I've just started designing furniture and there's only a few pieces, but that collection is evolving. Behind me is my fully dressed mirror. It's velvet clad and little accessories of studs just to give it a bit more detailing. And depending on the colour you choose, you get a very different mood. So the white velvet is going to be very bling, the black one a little more elegant. I was recently away travelling. I got back here, I unlocked our big door and walked in here. It makes the whole world stop. And there was once a saying, stop the world, I want to get off. And I do here. And that's it, and that's what it represents to me.
After the break, fabulous furniture from 18th century France. And editor Suzanne Imre takes on design legend Tom Dixon.
You didn't have any conventional training, did you? I'm
totally unqualified to even speak to you.
But first, some inspiration. Entrepreneur Deborah Ramswell runs a successful kids' clothing company. She's used her eye for style to great effect in her own home, where the overall look is modern vintage mixed with impressive artwork, all displayed against a neutral colour scheme.
We've done everything to the house, structurally downstairs, rewiring. We've done everything from scratch. We've really put our mark on it, and it just feels great as a family house.
Stylist Meta Johnson has been covering the house for the magazine, and she's spotted some clever style ideas.
This is a great idea. This is mixing these vintage cake stands with the backdrop of the modern kitchen, displaying your fruit. You can maybe use them in the bathroom for your soap, in the bedroom for your jewellery. They would work well anywhere.
Deborah's also come up with a fab look for the floor.
I really like the floor. It's an Edwardian pine floor that can look really orange and not particularly nice. Wouldn't have suited the look here at all. And what they've done is put a white stain and then varnished it, and the effect works really well.
For those into artwork, listen up.
What Deborah's done is use this neutral palette to display her art. It's displayed very graphically, so each piece of art they've chosen has its own space. Artwork can be very expensive to collect. This is a Damien Hirst.